Hey, friends, and welcome to Mentoring Mondays. I am Dana Thompson, educator, leader, coach, and founder of Elevated Institute. I am so glad you're here. My hope for these conversations is very simple. I want this to be a safe space for honest conversations about education, the beautiful parts, the hard parts, and everything in between. For this recording, of course, it's just me talking, but we will eventually get there where we will have conversations back and forth with some experts in the field of education, be it classroom management or any other things within education to help teachers and building leaders, district leaders, all of them. So, whether you're listening on your commute during planning, while folding laundry, or simply trying to catch your breath after a long day, welcome. Today, we're talking about something I think almost every educator has felt at some point, and that is burnout. But before you tune out, because you've heard this conversation before, stay with me because I want to offer a perspective that may hit a little differently. I want to start with one simple question. Let me go back here in my slides with one simple question. What has felt heavy for you this past school year? Think about that. Like, really think about what you're thinking about changing for the coming school year, or maybe it's student behavior, maybe it's staff morale if you're a building leader, a building administrator, or maybe it's a difficult parent. You remember that parent, you want to improve on your interactions with difficult parents, whether you're a teacher or a building leader. Maybe it's some unrealistic expectations, or maybe it's not even school. Maybe it's something happening in your personal life while you're still trying to show up for everyone else. Whatever it is, I want you to hold that thought as we talk because I think many educators and building leaders are carrying far more than people realize. And often, very often, they're carrying it very quietly. So, here's something I hear often: educators are burnt out because they just don't care anymore. But I don't believe that. In fact, I believe the very opposite. Most educators are not burnt out because they stopped caring. They're burnt out because they never stopped caring. They kept showing up, they kept giving, they kept pouring, even when they were exhausted. And I know something about that personally. There was a season in my life when, from the outside, it looked like everything was going well. Professionally, my career was growing, I was leading, I was succeeding, I was achieving, but privately, I was carrying far more than people realized. I was trying to be everything to everybody: a strong leader, a strong wife, a strong mother, a problem solver, a helper, on and on. And somewhere along the way, I started believing that if something wasn't working, it must, of course, somehow be my fault. If I couldn't fix it, I had failed. It took me years to understand this one thing. Some of my deepest exhaustion didn't even come from working too much, it came from carrying emotional weight that was never even mine to carry alone. It was never, ever mine to carry alone. And I believe many educators are doing the very same thing. So, as you look at this here, you see that vintage looking backpack that's sitting there. And I want you to picture a backpack of your own. At the beginning of the school year, it feels manageable, but then little by little, things get added. We pile on student needs, parent concerns, school improvement goals, testing pressures, behavior challenges, team responsibilities. And then life adds its own weight, of course: family responsibilities, health challenges, financial stress, maybe some relationship struggles, maybe you're dealing with grief, I don't know, some disappointments, some fear. And before you know it, you're carrying a backpack no one else can even see. It's invisible. And the hardest part What is that? What's the hardest part? People often only see your performance, they don't see the weight. They see you smiling in meetings so wonderfully, teaching lessons, leading teams, running data meetings, supporting others, but they don't see what you're carrying internally. That invisible weight is real and it matters. It matters a whole lot. So, right here, I want to stop for a moment. Burnout is often less about workload and more about emotional load. Let that resonate with you for a moment because this is truly what I believe is it's the missing piece in the burnout conversation. Let this right here sit for a moment. Yes, workload matters, long hours matter, staff shortages matter, too many responsibilities matter, but emotional load, that can drain you in ways people don't always recognize. The weight of caring, the weight of worrying, the weight of trying to save everyone, the weight of feeling responsible for outcomes you can influence, but you can't control. That kind of weight gets very, very heavy. And if we don't address that weight, that's when burnout occurs. So let me ask you these questions. These three questions that I believe that every educator needs to ask themselves. And that's number one, what belongs to me? What should I own as being mine? And then, think about things like, okay, my preparation, my professionalism, my mindset, my growth, my response. Yeah, all of these things belong to me. But then for question number two, what belongs to others? This is where a lot of us struggle. Student choices, that's them, it belongs to the student. Parent choices, that's theirs, it belongs to them. Other people's attitudes, their emotions, their decisions, that all belongs to them. We can influence these things. We can help guide them through the best choices to make or, how to respond a little differently, but we cannot control them. That distinction matters. And then question three, what do I need to release? This one can be quite challenging. It's kind of hard. Maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's perfectionism. Maybe it's unrealistic expectations. Maybe it's the belief that you have to fix every single thing. As a leader, one of the biggest lessons I had to learn was around communication. Because really, I'm naturally non confrontational. And for a long time, I thought leadership meant I had to choose between being too harsh or too passive. But eventually, I learned something transformational. It really, really helped me. Leadership is not about being confrontational or non confrontational, it's really about being direct, but with sincere th- empathy. With sincere empathy. That was almost kind of a tongue twister for me, but that changed everything for me. I learned I could tell the truth and still be compassionate. I could hold accountability and still honor the humanity in others. I had to truly embody servant leadership. And servant leadership, my friends, does not mean caring everything for everyone. It means serving wisely. That lesson changed me. And I believe many educators need permission to hear this. You are allowed to care deeply without carrying everything personally. Let me say that again. You are allowed to care deeply without carrying everything personally. You are allowed to care deeply without carrying everything personally. That deserved three times. So, let's reflect for a moment. What is one thing I can stop carrying this week? But more specifically, as you are preparing, well, let me kind of say this in this way. As you are resting, because it is my hope that you are truly resting this summer, whether you are a building leader or a teacher in a classroom, in a building, in a school building, that you're really resting. But as you do have those moments when you are thinking about the coming year, what is one thing that you can stop carrying? Is it just one thing? Maybe it's many, but I need you to think about that. And it's not forever. Maybe it's just a 1 week kind of thing or a 1 day. But what can you release? What can you put down? What emotional weight no longer needs to live on your shoulders? I want you to really pause and really think about that. And it's professionally and personally, okay? Because sometimes healing begins when we finally put something down. Because guess what? You matter too. And if nobody has told you lately that you matter too, your health matters, your peace matters, your family matters, I am telling you, because the work that we do is too important. It's too important for you not to know that you matter. The work is important, but so are you. Please hear me. You cannot pour endlessly from an empty place. Healthy educators create healthy classrooms. Healthy leaders create healthy schools. Healthy schools change lives, and healthy school cultures begin with healthy adults. That includes you, especially you. So, in closing, I want to thank you for joining me for our very first Mentoring Monday. I'm very excited about what's to come with this. I have a lot to share. I'm truly grateful that you spent this time with me. And if this conversation encouraged you, please share it with another educator who may need it. They just may need that reminder. And remember this, you do not have to carry everything alone. I'll see you next Monday. Until then, make sure that you are resting and you are leading a healthy, balanced summer life.